Good evening once again. Today we are going to see the smart working methods. So, some of you are the new people, so I would like to tell you about why we call it as a smart personal Kaikaku transformation. Personal is talking about individual, that is, whoever is attending this program, everyone's is called personal. Kaikaku is a Japanese word which means radical improvement. You must be knowing about Kaizen. Kaizen is a small improvement, whereas Kaikaku is a radical improvement, substantially big improvement over a short span of time. That is called radical improvement. And transformation is a caterpillar turning into a butterfly can be termed as a transformation. It completely transforms. So when I say smart personal Kaikaku transformation, a transformation occurs within the individual of a person and totally and radical improvement, which is why we call it as a personal transformation. So I always say do what you love or love what you do, because many times you may not get the job what you want to do. Okay, so do what you love or love what you do. So both are, you should have the attitude towards whatever you are doing, whether it is your preferred job, even if it is not preferred job, you should love the job. So in all the thing, we talk more about brain, because the transformation happens within the brain only. So we talk a lot about brain, and we will be seeing it, the benefits of the using the brain also. So by changing your thinking, your attitude can be changed. By changing your attitude, your action can be changed. By changing your actions, your habits can be changed. By changing your habits, your personality can be changed, which in turn change your destiny and in turn change your life. So by changing your thinking, your life can be changed. As you know, this is the 360-degree transformation method, which I am suggesting to the people to have all-round development. We had already seen about what are personal qualities, personal skills, technical skills and technical knowledge I am not covering right now. Now I am talking about smart working methods. So whether you are employed, whether you are on your own, okay, you have to differentiate yourself with respect to the rest of the people to get noticed, either as a successful business person or getting noticed in the management eyes, so that you can grow in your future. See, being lucky to get noticed is different. Okay, that is not the method by which we want everyone to grow. I want the people to be more smarter, so that the people will identify themselves. These people are much more smarter, so we can work with these people. So according to Warren Buffett, we don't have to be smarter than the rest. That means around, if you have organization where you have around 120 colleagues are working with you, you need not be smarter than all the people. You have to be much more disciplined than the rest of the people. Okay, at least out of 120 people, maybe some 20-30 people will be disciplined. Among this 20-30, if you are much more disciplined, you are the best guy available in the 120 people itself, which makes you stand apart. Okay, so those people are called smart people. Okay. Many times what we have a wrong perception, smart people means who knows how to get the things done. Okay, but how, why, methods, what they are using to get the things done, many times we don't see it. He will simply say that he is a smart fellow, he know how to get the things done. But to know how to get the things done, he might have worked very hard so many times. I do not know how many times. Every one of us, we may not be knowing about that person, but we don't see the hard work put by that person to get that job done quickly every time consistently because of the effort he had put already. Okay. So we'll start with a story. One elephant and rat were very close friends. Okay. So whenever elephant want to tease a rat, it says that, come, let's go and play a seesaw. The moment they come to the seesaw, poor rat, no, it believes and we can play. But the moment elephant come and sit on the seesaw, rat cannot do anything and it cannot lift the elephant at all. So every time he says that, no, I tried, I'm losing and all. So he went and told to his brother, who is Jerry. Okay. And now Jerry came and asked the rat to come for the play. So next day, elephant also came, and this rat has brought his elder brother, Jerry. Now see what happened. Jerry was standing and the elephant was in the lifted up. How it is possible? It is a smart working method adopted by Jerry. Smart working methods are effective and efficient methods. Okay. So what it knows is, it knows the principle of lever. So the distance from the pivot point and the weight, okay, multiplication. On the other side, what is the pivot point to that point where the other side the mouse is standing, and what is the weight applied? If you multiply both, if whichever output is more, then that side will be on the down. Okay. So what this theory has done, it shifted the pivot point. But shifting the pivot point, it can able to lift the elephant also, which is possible even for all of us. Okay. But most of the time, we do not know where is the pivot point, and we do not know how to shift the pivot point. That is the reason we are working very hard. Like this example. Many times we think that smart working method is an easy method. 100% wrong. Smart working method is not equal to easy method. As I correctly told you earlier, Warren Buffett also told, it is a more disciplined way of functioning. That's the reason we saw it as a smart working method is efficient and effective methods. It is not an easy method. If you think that we are going to learn some easy methods, sorry, I am not going to teach any easy method, because there is nothing easy in any of the systems what we are following. Okay. So this is hard work, where archer, he is keep on trying to hit the bull, spending almost around 21 arrows trying to shoot the bull. Only 2 arrows gone to the bull. Okay. So the moment if you improve the effectiveness means uh, hitting at the bull, that is called effectiveness. Efficiency, using less number of arrows to hit the bull. Here 21 arrows shot, out of which 3 arrows or 2 arrows hit the center of the bull. So the efficiency, if you see it, maybe 3 or 2 divided by 21 will be the efficiency. Okay. Whereas in this picture, only 3 shots been used, that is more effective, and all 3 were into the bull. That means 100% efficient and 100% effective. So this is the smart working. Okay. But to do this, you have to do a lot of practice. You have to have consistency. You have to have discipline, like whatever we have talked earlier. Okay. So many times we don't have a clear vision of our business or our company's business or what we are going to do in our personal life. We don't have a clear vision. Once you have a clear vision, then only you can have a clear mission. Mission is how you are going to do. Vision is where you want to go. And once you know where you want to go, how you are going to do it, you can create your own perfect goals. And once you create a goals, this gives you direction to achieve the goals. Okay. So for this, what we need to do is, you need to be a smart goals. Smart is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bounded. Every goal should be smart goals. Okay. So smart working method, the first suggestion will be, learn from the mistakes of others. Don't try to do that and learn it from yourself, because you don't have enough life to make all these mistakes. By doing this, you are going to avoid that mistakes which can happen to you. No, you know that even if you are learning all these things, the mistakes can happen. But when the mistakes are happening, you know how to handle it. Some of your junior, some of your employee, or some of your subordinate will be making some mistakes, but you know how to handle it. So the wise person always learns from others' mistakes. So he will not make the mistakes. So we need to train our mind. Okay, mind and brain. So to this context is same. Train our mind. That is very, very important, because many times our mind or the brain decides what we are going to do it. Okay, most of the time we think that what we are doing as per our thinking, actually we are not doing as per our thinking. It is decided by your brain, and your brain makes you, including the attending this program. It is not decided by you, it was decided by your brain, because the concept or the topic or the subject or whatever it may be liked it. That is the reason you are attending your program. It is not your decision, it was decision made by your brain, force you to sit in this program. Okay, by training your brain, what you are going to get benefit is you can see good in every situation. So this is a positive attitude. In any situation, you can look out the good things which can happen. Like what we are saying is, today we are saying it, we are in a middle of the pandemic. Even now you can see a lot of good opportunities coming into a situations. So according to Einstein, what he says that in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Whenever you have a lot of difficulty, people will get buckled up. Okay, and they say that no, I cannot do it, I am going to drown, I am going to lose, I am going to make a huge loss, all these things. Whereas if you think like this, in the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. When every difficulty comes, it brings you a lot of opportunity to overcome, but it is hidden. So you have to find a way to find the opportunity, so that you can make use of that opportunity and make use of the difficulty into your way. So as you told, any smart working method, you need to have a proper plan. So the proper plan, I follow a method called X matrix, where you have a primary objectives will be clearly specified. What are the key focus areas will be identified. What are the key result areas are identified, and executable action plans are specified over a period of 1 year, which is divided into every month, and which in turn divided into every week targets. So you know everything, what we are going to do next week, and who is responsible, what support is needed, who is going to do. Everything is allocated in this master plan. Okay, this plan, why we need to prepare it? Many times we say that no, like again Warren Buffett, I take it. According to Warren Buffett, an idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan. Okay, so you can be system oriented, you can have all the activities carried out through your plan. So what will happen is you need not remember everything, you just have to see the plan and do as per the plan. Otherwise what will happen, if you remember everything in your mind, there is a possibility you may miss something which may be very, very important. Okay, so that is the reason he says that you have to make, always you need to make a plan. But when you are making this plan, this also helps you in the other way, because when you are making this plan, you also know about what is Murphy. Murphy is anything that can go wrong will go wrong. That is called Murphy's law. So many times in management jargon, we say that Murphy strikes. That means anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Okay. So what happens while preparing this plan? You need to hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Okay, when you hope for the best, that is what it will happen, but you prepare for the worst. But the moment when you prepare for the worst, whatever happens, no, most of the time you have prepared for the worst situation itself, so definitely you will be much better off than anybody else. Okay, so that is the advantage of having a proper plan. So this is one of the smart working method. So whenever you are into sales, whenever you are into manufacturing, whenever you are into servicing, whenever you are into studying, whenever you are into business or trading, whatever it may be, you should be focused on conversions of prospects into customers. See, otherwise there is no meaning. Suppose if you take if you have a mall or if you have a showroom where 30 people comes in, 30 people goes out without buying anything, that means that the efficiency of your sales staff is zero. You have to convert the visitors. Out of 30, you should convert at least into say 5 or 7 as your customers. See, the purpose of coming to your store is to buy something, correct? So you need to know what to sell, how to influence him, how to change that suggestions, decisions, all these things your sales people know. And it should be customer focused. Okay, if you at the moment you are customer focused, you know what is their priority, you know what is their liking, you know what are the designs they like it, what is their preferences, what is the grade, what is the color, or whatever it may be. You will get the customer focus. If you are focused, automatically you will buy and keep the items at your place. And more important, quality focused. Okay, to be successful in your life, a quality focus should be there. Whether it is a service quality, whether it is a sales quality, whether it is a product quality, or you are going to be the service quality, whatever quality you are saying it, it should be the top. Okay, among your competitors, it should be the top. So the moment you are quality focused, many people will come and buy from a longer distance also, just because they like the quality. Okay, you might have seen it at many places, like many restaurants are there, many small eatouts are there where the quality is very good. People are traveling a long distance still to eat that place. And most important, many times in business, unless otherwise you are doing a charity, that is different. In business, you should be focused on your profit. Many times we don't focus on our profit. We think that turnover is sufficient, sales is sufficient, but that is no use. You can keep yourself in a rocking chair, but leads you nowhere. So you should be profit focused. And what you should not be? You should not be quantity focused, numbers. You are not focused on numbers. You should be not be saying or selling the simple product, or doing the same service what other people are also doing it. And you should not waste your time selling a less value products alone. By doing this, what happens? Your infrastructure cost, all these costs are very high, whereas your sales revenue is very low. So you have to convert this less value products into high value products. Okay. The second method is you have to increase your efficiency, effectiveness, and to increase your profit and to reduce your cost. So how to increase your profit and to reduce your cost at the same time is there are many methods are available: efficiency enhancement, effectiveness enhancement, quality management. So many things are available, but the purpose is to reduce the cost and increase the profit. So there are many companies, okay, those companies, they will make very big turnover, okay, volume wise they will be making huge turnover, whereas the profit wise the percentage of profit will be less, whereas there are small companies which make a huge profit. Okay, so the people in the world respect and regard the companies which is making more profit rather than which is doing more sales. To achieve this, many methods are there, like you have to upgrade, you have to upskill. To upgrade and upskill, we should know where we are, like ICT, that is information computation and technology adoption into the manufacturing is called ICT. India is very poor on that. I have already told in ZBM, zero based management. Okay, many times we don't have we have a traditional method of creating a budget, traditional method of managing things, but ZBM is the most advanced method by which we are able to improve the profit by reducing the cost also. When, especially in this period type of things, you are already having some connections with some of the customers, and those customers, how they buy it and how they order and how they make the payment and all. If you are good with them, instead of, there are two methods: you can increase your customer base, or you can expand horizontally and vertically and give your solutions to your existing customers in and around the product range you are giving, assuming that you are supplying some components to the customer. Okay, and the customer is buying some components above your product and below your product. you can buy all these products and you can collaborate and you can cooperate with those suppliers and you can supply it and you can increase your sales and increase your profit also. So this is a very easy method of increasing your profit. Many times we don't focus on finance angle. Okay, cash flow problems. Cash flow problems will put your company into deep trouble. Okay, so many times when you are doing business, take an example of this. 85% of the business success depends on cash flow management. If you are not properly managing your cash flow, your success of business is questioned. Okay, so 85% of the business success depends upon cash flow management, and many business fail because they didn't handle cash flow properly. Okay, I have already done a cash flow. It's available in the YouTube. You can see it, but I'm just giving this example. Cash flow problems is many times people think that no, there are 4 examples. Somebody is giving a 30 days credit, and somebody is the same product is sold to someone at 30 days credit. So what you think is we need not give add any interest cost. Okay. Whereas if you look at the other thing, 30 days credit and 60 days credit, you are getting 30 days credit and you are giving 60 days credit to the buyer. Then you need to add only 1 month interest cost. That is what you think. Okay. Now another person, he gives 30 days credit and 90 days credit to the, he gets 30 days credit and he gives 90 days credit to the buyer. So he had to add 2 months credit according to him. Akbar thinks, he gets 60 days credit and he gives 120 days credit. So what he thinks that he need to add 3 months interest cost. But if you are a smart working guy, then what you need to do is, you think that at 18% interest I took it, so you have to increase your price. By what percentage means you have to see it over here. The first example, Jane gets a credit of 30 days and gives a credit of 30 days. So 1.5, 1.5. But what you need to do is 1.5 you have to add, because there is no guarantee your buyer will pay you on time. Okay, so that is a 1.5 is a minimum required. But what happens is you are paying to your person immediately. That means your cash out of your hand is already made. Still you have not received money. So 1.5 plus 1.5, minimum 3% you have to increase. If you are good, you can increase it by 4.5%. Okay. So the second case, if you look out, 1.5 and 3, minimum is 4.75, 4.5, and you can increase up to 6%. So for the last example of Akbar, you need to increase your price minimum 9% to 12%. But what we are doing most of the time, we think that only 3 months interest, and nobody in India pays interest for the supplies made just because they have not honored the payment terms. But that is wrong. But that is the practice. That is a rule of the game in India. Okay. So what happens is, what is the profit you are making and what is the loss you are making it. So what happens is your profit is drained because you didn't work smart. So we read a lot of books, we read a lot of knowledge, all the things are there. You have to convert that knowledge into wisdom. And applying that wisdom only gets you what is you want to get it in your business. So if you see it, no, there is no need to have wisdom. We can employ people and ask them to do what I want them to do. Then there is no need of employing those people. So you need to hire a smart people, because you need not tell them what they have to do. They know how to do it and they will tell you what to do. Okay. So you have to hire smart people. So they will tell us how to do it and they know better than us. So you have to accept that and you do that. Otherwise, you can have a mentor who can guide you properly in your business or your personal life or in your professional life. Okay. Get into the habit of listening more. Okay. And always take calculated risk. and always work with a passion. Okay. With this, what happens is your decision on risk, it's reduced. The more and more from the data to the information, you are getting streamlined. From information to the knowledge, furthermore, it is streamlined. From information to knowledge, from knowledge to the wisdom, the risk is very, very low. If you take any decision based on your wisdom, the probability of making loss is very, very less. Whereas if you take a decision based on the data, okay, then your risk is high. That is the reason now you know about data analytics. You must be knowing about data analytics. So data analytics is a science which gives you the wisdom out of the data through the computer programs like or Python or Tableau or whatever it may be. Okay. Okay. That is advanced methods are there. Even this data itself is not right. Okay. That is my favorite subject called neuromarketing. Okay. We need not deviate from that. Okay. That is neuromarketing is also a smart working method. So there is only one thing that makes dream impossible to achieve is the fear of failure. Okay. The fear of failure makes you not to dream at all. Okay. So the only thing you have to overcome is overcoming the fear of failure. The moment you overcome the fear of failure, then you can achieve all the possible things, including the world famous karate master, Bruce Lee. He was saying that don't fear about the failure. It is a great attempt. It is glorious even to fail. That means in great attempts, it is glorious even to fail. You make a great attempt. Whether you fail or succeed doesn't matter. But it is glorious to fail in the great attempts, but not to fail. So many times what our people are thinking is, when the situation is becoming tough and the situation is becoming more difficult, they don't want to take risk. And they say that I am very happy, I am very comfortable. Again, my concept will come out, say that move out of your comfort zone. The moment you move out of your comfort zone, then only your magic will happen. Okay. So don't have a fear of failure, because this is a single quality which drag you down. Okay. Because of that, many of your dreams will never able to achieve it, even till you are reaching your deathbed. Okay. So the fear of failure, how to overcome the fear of failure? You have to fail more. That's it. You have to fail more. First time when you fail, what will happen? It will hurt you. Second time when you fail, it doesn't hurt you that much. Third time when you fail, you will pick it up. Why I am failing? What is the reason? I should learn what is the reason of my failure. Correct? Fourth time, you will learn. Fifth time, you find out. 10 times if you fail, you know how you fail 10 times on that particular instance. So 11th time, you will not fail, because you know the reasons of failure, 9 ways of failure, and you will overcome that. Then automatically you will not have a failure. So all the successful people, whoever is successful today and whoever we are worshipping or regarding as a great leader, are not the person who always got the success. They always had a lot of failure, but they know how to overcome the failure by looking at every difficulty is an opportunity, and every failure learning from the failures. Okay. But many times people failure, no, we don't want to go for a failure. They feel that the fear of rejection, because you go and attempt, and there is a possibility people will say that you are rejected. The moment somebody is rejecting you or your proposal, assuming that you are in an organization where you are giving a proposal for one product, okay, your proposal is rejected. Why it is rejected? If you know what is the reason why it is rejected, you will look out from that point of it also. You will learn that. Okay. Second time, they are rejecting your proposal, not you. Many times what we think that, no, the person is getting rejected, we think that it is not his idea got rejected, we are rejecting that person itself. So that is a wrong impression. We have it. Similarly, that person have on himself. Okay. So the fear of rejection, how you can overcome is having more rejections. That means failing it more times, getting rejected more times. Every time he can pick up and he can learn everything. Okay? So these two, and both fear of failure, fear of rejection will come to the people who is having a fear of self-confidence. People who do not confident, when the confident comes, confident will come only if you know the concept, if you know the theory, if you know the management things, you know what are the things you are doing it in a proper way. If you know, if you have a sound knowledge, if you have wisdom on what you are doing it, you will not have problem. But what is the thing is, you don't apply it. That means you have the knowledge, but you do not know the how to application of that knowledge. That means you don't have the wisdom. Unless otherwise you have the wisdom, you cannot be successful. See, smart working methods, we can teach so many methods to all of you. But how to apply it, you only have to do it. Because I told you, you have to follow a X matrix. You prepare a X matrix, but you are not sticking to following an X matrix, you will not be successful. So you have to follow what it is. That's the reason I told you, it is not the easy method. It is the most disciplined way of working. And why it is most disciplined way of working? Because it gives you, clearly defines you, what are the methods to be followed, what is the procedures to be followed, what is the process to be followed. If you stick on to your process, if you stick on to the procedures, you are more disciplined. The moment you are more disciplined, you are likely to get the result. That's the reason, because the triangle I showed you, the decisions taken based on the wisdom, the probability of risk is very less. Now, all these things, why these smart working methods are needed? Because industry is changing, whether you are into a commercial products, whether into an engineering product, whether you are a medical electronics or wherever you are, the industry is changing substantially. So industry 4.0 is coming, where cyber security systems, okay, and those people are handling it. That means a product talk to the um, machine, and the machine talk to the product without the intervention of the human being. Okay, so that is the environment industry 4.0. VUCA world is volatility and uncertainty and complexity and ambiguity. All things we do not know what will happen. This is so uncertain. We do not know how it is going to be there tomorrow, how it is going to be there after a week, how it is going to be there after 15 days, or how it is. So it is completely complex and it is uncertain. So in this situation, you have to prepare yourself for the future, not only now, but the remaining year is going to be like this only. Okay, remaining period of our life is going to be like this only. So if you do whatever you have done earlier, which will not take you up. Whatever you have done earlier brought you here, which will not take you from today to some other position, because the future is totally different and the environment is going to be totally different. Unless otherwise you upgrade and upskill, it is very difficult for you to prepare yourself for the future. Like, what is the meaning of upgrade and upskill is, you need to use your left brain and your right brain completely. As you know it, left brain is more logical, systematical, reasoning, science and maths, written communications, number skills, and analytical thoughts. All these things handled by your left side of your brain. Right side of the brain, it talks about creativity, imagination, intuition, insight, 3D forms, and holistic thought. All these things comes from the right hand side. The moment you start using both left and right, okay, so that's the reason, if you say an engineer, generally engineer will be a left side, left brain function person, and non-engineers who are studying arts and science, they are more related to right brain function people. They are more creative, they are more imaginative, and they will be able to know it. But both left and right are interconnected. Okay, so and we use only 4 to 5% of our brain. Okay, we use only 4 to 5%. Okay, the theory may be here and there more or less, but we use very less amount of brain. Okay, so the potential is uncertain. It's beyond imagination. It's a huge, the potential of our brain. So the smart working method through which what I am trying to say you is, you can learn so many good things and apply so many good things in a proper way, provided if you use both your left and right side brain and apply it. That's the reason I'm saying it again and again, saying it. Knowledge is not knowing things. Knowledge is applying things. So wisdom is very, very important. Okay. So by doing this, you can overcome any difficulties. Okay. So why I'm telling you again about smart working methods is because whatever methods I am saying it, okay, many people are following it up. Some of them are not following it up and they buckle up because it is difficult. Of course, it is difficult. If somebody gives you a simple way to do it, it is just like, no, you take any job which is very easy to do it. You will not be successful. You will not be growing in that job. The easy to get a job is getting a BPO job. Just attend to the phone calls, answer to the phone calls. So you will be getting some amount of money, which may be sufficient today. But after some time, it may not be sufficient. But if you learn some tough jobs now, but what will happen? That becomes your habit. That's the reason I told you. The moment that becomes your habit, that becomes your personality. So you will be able to handle all tough jobs. Okay. So that is very, very important. So the more you use your left and right side brain, you are able to handle much more tougher things. So ask for challenges. So ask for difficult jobs. Grab opportunities wherever it comes, whether you are getting into a business, whether you are working somewhere, whatever it comes, no, grab all the opportunities. Because this is the easiest way you can work for your boss. And many times people feel that, why are you wasting your time for your boss? I will give you one very good example. One of my great friend, okay, he was a person who used to work as a composer in a small Tamil magazine. Okay, then he was working as a composer only. That means earlier time. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about some 30, 40 years before. Composer means you need to take the fonts and you have to align it properly because you have to read it reverse direction because you have to keep it. After that, you have to tie it up and then you have to get a press printed and you have to see that letter spelling mistakes, all these things. It is a very, very laborious job. But what he will do his job when the is available, allowance time is available. He will go and help all other department, and he will give other jobs also. When what happens is he gets noticed, even though his job was very simple job of composing, he started doing many other jobs also. Then they say that, okay, why don't you give him a job of helping a person who can help him on the photography. So he picked up photography. He learned photography. When people told him, why you are wasting your time, you are not going to get any extra money for that. You are going to get the same salary, but you are working here as well as doing that also, why you are wasting your time. But finally, what happened? That company has grown and he has grown and he has left the company and he became one of the very good professional industry photographer. He became one of the very good industrial photographer in Chennai. Okay, but he is neither educated nor very knowledgeable. But what happened is his attitude towards the things, doing many things, learning many things, practicing it again and again, perfecting it made him to be more successful than the other people. Okay. So with this, I end my presentation on smart working methods. Now, people who want to ask questions can raise your hand and we will mute only that person. Thank you so much. And thanks for your participation.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Sriram.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. Thank you for giving us a smart evening, sir, today.
Thank you. Very good. Thank you.
Then I want a little clarification in that Zika, sir. That elephant.
Can you tell about yourself, Sriram?
Yeah, I am.
Your audio is not clear, Sriram.
Hello. Yeah, I am pursuing ICW, sir. Currently, I am student.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
Yeah. Please explain that Caesar, sir, how the elephant goes. Actually, my network issue at that time.
Oh, okay. How the elephant goes up? Huh?
Yeah. Please, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So it's a basic, simple, what you call engineering. So if you see it here, what happens is, this is the pivot point. Okay. So the generated output force, let us imagine this is F2. And assuming that it is 5 tons. The distance is D2. 5 tons into D2 is equal to one value. Okay. If that value is less than this distance and this weight, automatically it gets lifted up. So what happens is, in this example here, earlier example, here the pivot point is at the center. Okay. So what happened? The weight and the distance from the pivot point, okay, makes this is larger. And whatever it tries it, because here the, what you call, the rat weight and the distance is as good as the same distance of elephant, it cannot lift it at all. Whereas by changing this, moving the pivot point from here to here, it can able to lift. So hope I understood, you understood, Sriram. I clarified to you. Yeah. Any other question? Yes, Mr. Kalpesh Kanti. Mr. Girisalraj, you can wait because we will give the new people. Kalpesh Kanti. Yeah.
Yeah, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Good evening. Tell me.
I had just one question was, in this era of, so much of information blast, so much of data. And so how do you prioritize? I mean, smart working is about you have so much to do, but then you have to distinguish between what is, important and what is urgent. So prioritizing, so is a way of how do you smartly prioritize so you get the important things done faster. I mean, it's like there is a technique or something that helps
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Kalpesh, can you tell about yourself for all the people? Who are you
Yeah,
and all?
I am into I am GM packaging and business development and projects in a packaging company. We manufacture packaging material for the pharmaceuticals, oil,
Very good.
lubricants, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all
Yeah,
of this.
just only overall picture for everyone. You should know
Yeah,
it about that.
yeah,
Very
yeah.
good question you have asked, Kalpesh. First, my sincere thanks for asking wonderful question. See, the thing is, we have a lot of activities to be performed. Okay, many times we make a mistakes of we do not know how to prioritize. Simple. The
Absolutely.
method is you go for a priority matrix. You put an x-axis urgent, not urgent, and y-axis put important, not important. So you will get 4 quadrants. You fill all your activities into that 4 quadrant. That
Okay.
means you will have urgent and important at the bottommost.
Mhm.
And second is not urgent but important. That will be the second right hand side. Okay. On the
Right.
top, first thing, the above third quadrant will be urgent, but it is not important. Will come on the above the first box, and not important, not urgent will be on the top 4. Correct.
Right.
Not important, not job. Don't do it at all.
Just ignore.
Ignore it. Like not important, not urgent. That
Mhm.
means you have got a mail from
Mhm.
somewhere saying that we are offering a tour package. You simply don't even read it, delete it. Okay.
Absolutely.
So what will happen? Your number of activities you are supposed to do around 30 will
Mhm.
come down to 24 now. 6 has
Right.
gone. Now out
Yeah.
of this, what you have to do is which is important and not urgent. Okay.
Mhm.
Like, just you are a general manager now. So you need to get the report from all the sales manager around India. Okay.
Right.
But what you need to do is sales managers report and sales engineers report has to come to you before 10 o'clock in the morning so that you can talk to your boss around 11:30. Correct.
That's
So
yeah.
what I'm trying to say is you tell to your boys, you have
Mhm.
to send the report, and the responsibilities of the sales manager is to collect the report and send it to you before 7 o'clock in the morning. You have some cushion. So what will
Right.
happen? The sales, you have delegated the job, what you are supposed to do, to your sales manager.
Mhm.
and the sales manager is not doing that job, and you can pinpoint him, and he will say that, okay, once you have delegated the job, he becomes more responsible, and he says that he will get the people from report and ensures that he send it. You simply say it, you have to consolidate that report and send it to me.
Right.
So what happened? You have delegated. So from 24, it come to 12 now.
Yeah.
12, what you have to do is, it out of which 6 maybe you have to do it. 6 you can schedule it in your convenient time. Schedule it in the Mentis. Sometimes you have to make a board presentation for next week. Okay. So that you need not do it now in the morning time. Okay. So you can schedule it. You know what is your weekly plan. Accordingly, you can schedule it. So what will happen? Out of 12, 6 or 7 will go as a scheduling column, which is very important and not urgent. That will go to. Now you have left out with the 6 or 7 activities, which is urgent and important, which you have to focus on. That's it.
So I think half an hour spent early in the morning with this exercise should be helpful. So you know exactly by 9 o'clock before you start, this is what you should be focusing on. Right?
Yes, 100% right. See, the more you delegate, you are ensuring 2 things. One, you are getting the job done. Second, you are also building people below you, which is needed. That is very needed, because the responsibility people have to come. Thank you, Kalpesh, for asking a wonderful question. Thank you.
That was helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Giri Seluraj.
Sir, vanakkam, sir.
Vanakkam, solunga.
Sir, I need some clarity from industry 4.0 prep for the future and cash flow management, sir.
Cash flow management.
What are all the preparation I have to do for this?
Okay. See, whatever job currently all the people are doing in the industry, and that is not going to exist after 3 or 5 years. Okay. And industry 4.0 is, you're going to talk about more of reducing manpower, and more robots and systems will do on its own without the intervention of the human. So that means no mistakes are there. No mistakes are going to be there after 3-4 years in India itself. So what will happen? That is the way to reduce the cost. So whether you like it or not, all the industrial houses will go for industry 4.0 implementation, which reduces their cost by 30 to 40% and increase the efficiency by 20 to 30%. Straight away, huge jump which they cannot afford to lose it. So everyone will go for industry 4.0. Coming to your subject of what you are talking about on
water.
Pardon? Water. Because this is a product, again and again doing the same product. What are the innovations? What are the improvements? What are the modifications you have done? Because if you sit in your home in the night and you prepare it, 15 years before when you started, what was the product and what product you are selling it? If there is no improvement on the product, then there is no reason people have to buy from you. Because you have not improved, you have not increased. It can be anything. It can be look, it can be performance, it can be purity, it can be so many things. Unless otherwise you do it, that's the reason I told you, whatever brought you to this level will not take you to the next level. Whatever brought you to this level may help you to sustain this level for few time. But beyond this, if you want to go, you have to substantially increase your capabilities, substantially increase your knowledge. You have to move out of this product to the high-end products. So many things are there. Now you have plenty of opportunities in Israel. They have come out with the silver coated things which will purify water very fast. And so many things, technologies are available. You can talk to those people, tie up, go for a joint venture or manufacture the product, pay some royalty, something. See, that is how you have to differentiate yourself from other people. If you are not differentiating, you are also making a water purifier, everyone else is also making a water purifier, then this type of product selling will be very, very difficult. Hope I answered you, Mr. Selvaraj.
This month, sir, we are facing so many challenges, sir.
Yeah, see that's life. Everyone have a lot of challenges. Everyone has challenges. I was watching Dalai Lama's interview few days before. Okay, and Dalai Lama is 85-year-old Buddhist monk, most respected person in the world. He also has a lot of challenges, and he enjoys it. If you are not having challenge, what is the life? So you should enjoy. You should not lose your heart. Find a way. You will definitely, because if you are an ordinary person, you may not be into business. You are into business means you are a definitely much more capable than all of your other friends. So you can improve it. But only thing is your lethargy. I'm not talking as laziness. I'm talking about lethargy. Since you are getting payments, since you are getting sales, since you are getting revenue, you are very comfortable with that. Move out of your comfort zone. Now you have to create revenue, additional income. Some other
But
ways
this
you
is
have
the
to
first
find it.
time, sir, I am getting very low service, sir. Within 10 o'clock, I will be getting breakdowns almost 5 to 10 numbers like that.
Uh,
This is the first time I am observing that I am getting 1 or 2 calls only. I have 4 members, 4 persons. I don't know what to do. Actually, we depend on only on service. Then only we will go for sales.
yeah,
At the time, I
understood.
can't able to alert what are all the work has to be done. There are so many challenges.
You make use of your people, service people, make use of them to do sales also. I have done, because when the service is less,
Yeah.
and those people should not be kept idle, can be converted into sales people.
They
So
are doing good, sir. They are doing sales and services. That's
and ask them to increase the number of coverage. Anyway, they don't have work. So let them
yes,
ask
sir.
them to increase the coverage. But what happens today,
Mm.
because of this pandemic, we have a
Yeah, we
lot of
can't go
problem.
to
People are not ready to invest. Okay.
yes, sir.
So the people
Mm.
that will be there, but there will be some health related things also will be there. Because if you are, because of your health related problem, you are getting
Mm.
into cold or getting into fever, all these things, that is going to create a lot of problem. Somehow we have to find a way to engage.
Sir, in
Thank
spite
you.
of that, yes, last month we got very good sales, sir.
Hmm.
But this month there is no sales, sir.
Yeah, it's life is cycle. It will happen. It will come. It will come.
Is
Don't
that
worry. Thank you very much, Giri. Is there
okay?
any other
Okay.
questions, please? Sriram has answered. Oh, the new people are here today. Nitish Kumar Shegar is a new person. Can you unmute Mr. Nitish Kumar Shegar? We can ask him. Or Mr. Yasser. Yes, Mr. Tanu Iyer, sir. Yes, sir. Yasser is talking. After that, you can talk, sir. Yes, Mr. Yasser. Mr. Yasser? Okay. You can unmute Mr. Tanu Iyer. Yes, sir.
It was a very delightful subject,
Thank you, sir.
but it has to be understood very carefully by the listeners, because one has to be absolutely sure what one wants in life. One can listen to others, but one has to be careful in not following the mistakes of others.
Exactly, sir.
So the thing is, you have to be always dedicated to what you want and apply yourself diligently to equip yourself with more knowledge and more methods of attaining success.
Yes, sir.
And this should be the spirit. Then, using the right brain and left brain, if one leads a life of materialistic value at the same time inclined to spirituality by following meditation or yoga and things like that, you'll be able to activate both sides of the brain. Then it will be easier for you to take decisions, and your progress will also be phenomenal. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, Mr. Tanu Iyer is a great insight, and he is 88 years old. And every time I really appreciate him for coming and attending all the programs and give valuable remarks. Thank you so much, Danu. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Is there any other question? Yes, Madam Ganga, please.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So இந்த செஷன் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது சார், ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லா இருந்தது.
Thank you, ma.
ஸோ இதுல வந்து எனக்கு ஒரு கொஸ்டின் வந்தது என்னன்னா, how to improve effectiveness and efficiency?
Very good. Very good. Efficiency and effectiveness improve பண்றதுக்கு this is a slide I was just putting it, no? See what happens in the what we are seeing is here the archer is trying to hit the bull. Bull is the center point. Okay. So what happens every time he practices, he uses, if you count it, it will be around 21 arrows. 21 arrows he is putting, and he is achieving only 2 striking at the center of the bull. So what happened? It is the moment when you are practicing it, what happened? It may be aim, it may be the force, wind velocity, or the direction at which you are releasing the bow or arrow, or whatever it may be. All these variables slowly comes under control by practicing only. By practicing it again and again and again and again, what happens is now the person has increased to now. This is effective. Effective means, like you might have seen about Arjuna. Okay, everyone will try to say that, okay, I'm going to look out the when hitting a bird. People say that I'm going to look out the bird whole body. Somebody will say that we are going to look out the bird at neck and the misses. Okay, whereas Arjuna uses only one bow or one arrow and shot the bird. Okay, but what happened? That how he was confident was because of his practicing. 1,000 times better than Arjuna was Ekalavan. Okay, because Ekalavan was it's a Hindu mythology story I'm talking it. Ekalavan was hearing the noise of a dog barking at his guru Dronacharya. He shot continuous arrows. All the arrows came and closed the dog's mouth itself. That means he shot some 10 arrows or 5 arrows. All the 5 arrows gone to the mouth of a dog, so that the dog could not even bark. So that is much more accurate. So he is much more knowledgeable than Arjuna. So that's the reason Dronacharya was very upset with this fellow without even getting training from me, by keeping a statue of me and learned so many things. So I have to ensure that my student is always better than anybody else. Even though he is not my official student, I don't want him to get the fame. He asked him that you give me your thumb as a darshana. So how to improve the effectiveness is, now here what you are doing is, by practicing it, 21 arrow you are shooting it and 2 is getting it. Next time 21 arrow you are shooting it and 3 are getting it. Instead of that, you shoot only 1 arrow. Aim. That's the reason I'm saying it, no? When many times when you are keep on doing it, just like a carpet cutter. Carpet cutter. How the carpet cutter cut it? He measures the room 5 times. After that, he cut the carpet. Because once he cut the carpet, he cannot change it or he cannot add a bit on it. Correct? So what is the carpet cutter is doing it? Measuring it many times, cross-checking it, verifying it, all directions. Then only he goes for the final cutting. Correct? Exactly the same way, you have to increase your effectiveness. Once you improve your effectiveness, but what you need to do is, efficiency is further fine-tuning your effectiveness. Instead of 5, it will come down to 3, 3 down to 1, and 1 down only 1. Single shot at the bull, over. That means you are both effective and efficient. Hope I clarified to you, madam. Yeah. Anybody else want to ask? Mr. Yasser, you want to ask? Yeah, Sriram. Sir, we are preparing or planning or scheduling our activities, how to stick to it, how to train our brains. This is part of left and right brain. So I was just telling you, preparing, planning, scheduling, and the thing which I gave example to our friend, Kalpesh Gandhi, that was the way you have to do it. That is called priority matrix. You have to do it. Thank you. So abbreviation of SMART. Abbreviation of SMART we have talked. I will explain it. See, your goal. So many times when you are asking the people what is your goal, people say that my goal is to become a rich man. That is not specific. My goal is becoming a rich man, or I want to do business of 40 lakhs. Like this, it is coming. So the specific, you can read it. This is the abbreviation of SMART. Yes, Mr. Venkatesh. You can unmute Mr. Venkatesh.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah.
I'm an IT professional working into networks and security from
Yeah.
Bangalore.
Yeah.
So my question is around ICT.
Yeah.
You mentioned that ICT is something we, as an Indians, India is lagging a bit in ICT technology, and it's going to take time, and other countries are leading. So I'm just trying to understand what are the opportunities we have in India, business opportunities, I mean. So that you have seen, or that is maybe getting closer to take the business to the next level. So it may be any machineries or mechanical related or any other technologies that we can think about for future business opportunities in India.
Huge. I am getting into ICT. If I am getting into ICT, then you must be knowing about it. Okay. Unless otherwise it is beneficial, I will not move my thumb also. Okay. So definitely ICT has a huge potential. And for your understanding, you must be knowing it already. ICT people who are the people who are information, communication and technology integration into manufacturing, the biggies of software industries in India itself. You take Cognizant, you take Infosys, you take Wipro, RTCS, you name all the big companies, everyone is doing very good. But what happened? Application of that in India is very less. But that is going to change because many businesses are going to move to India. I have done it in earlier. Some of the programs, if you have done it or if you can see it in the Google, around currently China holds around 28.4% of the world manufacturing, which is likely to get shifted to somewhere else. Okay, even if it is 50% is going to move out. Out of 50%, only 50% are likely to come to the developing Asia. That means to India, Thailand, Indonesia, and all the countries in and around our area. Okay, but even then, comparing to our capabilities, we are contributing only 3% of the global requirement of manufacturing. So when you are comparing 3% and you are going to get additional 9% in 1.5 to 2 years, that means what you have done last 20, 30 years or 40 years or 50 years, you achieved around 3%, and you are going to get it in next 3 years or 6 years, going to get 9%. So huge potential. But what happened is ICT implementation, many things are there. One of the example is business process automation, BPA. Okay, and bot, application of bot, using bot for manufacturing. Many people do not understand the value of it. So I am into it. Okay, I am into bot. And if I go with any other company, I will simply say that I reduce your investment by 40%, increase your productivity by 30%. Are you interested in investing this much? And it's very difficult for a person to say no. Because what happened? I am reducing manpower, I'm increasing his profit, I'm also reducing his risk, and all the things are happening because of the technology, not because of any individual's capability. Okay. Very good question, Venkatesh. Huge potential is there. Kindly.
Yes, thank you, sir. That answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir. I think my mic has some problem. I'm a professional in 3D animator and VFX artist. I have been in this field for 6 years. I know a lot of softwares that are artists who are working in Hollywood studios. But as a freelancer, I could not make any good money, and I work for 16 hours per day, but I don't know how to work efficiently. Please tell me, where is the mistake, sir? Yeah, sir, you are one of the most advanced field and you are really lucky that you know all the good softwares in animation. That is going to be huge potential for you. Okay, maybe you are not efficient, you are working it. Maybe you are networking. Okay, if you see my YouTube channel, you have a lot of things which I already posted. Most of the things will be you need to get connected. Okay, you need to get connected. See, many times you may have to do it initial stages. No, many times you have to do it free. Many times you have to do it for trial. Many times you are learning it because you can cover your cost, but you don't look out for your profits at the initial stages. The moment you will have more visibility, the moment you get more visibility, more people will come and contact you. The moment more people come and contact you, you can start asking for the price which is affordable. And I am telling you, in the next 2 years, the business model is going to change, and people like you can help a lot to many people because everyone want to reduce their cost, but they want the same quality output. And if you are going to do as a freelancer, your cost will not be costing of some other ad agency's cost. Correct? Your cost will be substantially good, substantially cheaper to me. So what happened is I will like to try it out. If it is good, I will say that, okay, yeah, sir, let's go ahead. We can do many things together. Like that, we can work on it. So it is a huge opportunity, and you are in a very correct and apt field that is not going to be replaced by whatever technological advantage like BPA or all other robotics. Okay, creativity cannot be duplicated by any other means. So all the best. You will do wonderful thing. So I think all the answers, I have answered all the questions in the chat box also. Thank you so much for joining me, and it was a great evening to me as well as thanks for joining everyone. Have a great day. Bye.